opening as usual. This is been reading the Bradbury Chronicles, Ray Bradbury's biography. Continues to be very good. Again, having read several other biographies of historical figures whose legacies are somewhat more mixed. Like the most recent biography I read prior to this was of Sir Walter Raleigh, who, being of the whole conquistador sort of era and profession, and the privateering and all that, has a more ambiguously positive reception from history, and so as a result, a lot of the documentation gets into some of the darker sides of the personality, both as they would have been considered darker then and as we do now. But Bradbury is just this very unambiguously loved figure. I can't really think of anybody who dislikes him enough to try to dig up dirt on him, and that certainly is not the biographer's MO. I mean, if anything, one of the things this book does is it just loves Ray Bradbury, and it's kind of fitting because Ray Bradbury just loved life, and he loved the things that he loved. So it's kind of fitting, and it's welcome. I actually repurchased on the heels of this 2001 hardback book of his. I'm not remembering the name of it, but it's about a family of ghouls who all have a homecoming, and yeah, so looking forward to that coming in. Other than that, I actually slacked on the poetry I was reading and wound up roving my way over to the Selected Poems of Tufu by David Hinton. David Hinton is an excellent translator of Chinese poetry and also Chinese wisdom literature. If you have a hankering to go look for it. His last name is Hinton. It's manages to be simultaneously poetically fluid and also have the kind of fidelity to the literal meaning, or the exact, literal isn't the best way to describe it, the exact means of expression, whether they be poetic or direct, that the originals do, by all accounts. So yeah, he's very good. Let's see. Yeah, so this is a line, this is a couplet that I like very much from a lament. Now fine homes in 10 prefectures have dead sons making water with their blood on Chentao Marsh. And it's that line, making water with their blood. Like, you can just visualize the bodies, like the life quality of the blood sort of effervescently kind of floating off of it above, and just the water being left. Or you can visualize the body in the water and the blood running out and thinning from dark red to kind of pink to translucent. It's just that's just a killer image. I mean, literally. Yeah, an early winter's panoramic waste, crystal sky, the silence of war, 40,000 dead in a day. Yeah, if you want poems about politics and war, Chinese poetry, ancient Chinese poetry, that's the stuff. And this came in the mail, Prince of Tides, which I'll be jumping on as soon as I finish Bradbury. Being from South Carolina myself, it is a little embarrassing that I haven't read one of the most famous authors from the region, but yeah, time to catch up on that. So, here we are at 7:10. I think we're about ready to go. Give me 1 second. Let me switch the TV over to